Hi, my name is Mitra, Manesh. I'm a servant. I serve through teaching, coaching, consulting, or any other way that I can find to share what I know with those who want to know. And this Lights On podcast is one of those ways. It was created with consciousness and mindful living in heart. So join us as we travel through many roads of learning and transformation together. And if you enjoy our podcast, please give us feedback by rating us 5-star and share us with others if you think they may benefit from it. On behalf of my team, I thank you for your presence. This episode is about mindful parenting. It is part of a discussion of a workshop that I was teaching on the subject in collaboration with UCLA's Health Mindful Awareness Research Center. A mindful parent, was asking that how does she work with different cultures involved in raising children? She comes from a certain culture. Her partner is from a different culture. And of course, you don't even need that. I mean, just the technology and the times and the speed of change will bring a different culture to your children. So her question was that when her parents did certain things or didn't do certain things, and how she wanted to do the other extreme for her child, how does she work with that? And my answer, as you will hear, is that any time that we don't do or do something in reaction to the way we were parented, that means it's not an examined way of parenting. And when I'm in reaction, means there's no contemplation, there is no mindfulness in between my experience and that I'm creating for my child. And we usually use words like I always, I never. Whenever you start nevering, evering, alwaysing, just listen to that and see if you are in reactive mode, and which usually means that it's an unhealthy decision being made. You may come to the same conclusion, but not because you're reactive to how your parents parented you, but because you have really contemplated on that and decided that's the right way to go. And that's a responsible, able to respond, responsible way of making decision as opposed to reactive way of doing it. Anyway, very interesting discussions. I hope you enjoyed. Let's see how this discussion unfolds. And that's a valid question because, you see, we all come from different cultures. And by culture, I don't mean necessarily the culture of a country, but culture, I look at culture from the collective culture, like we all live in US. But then we've got local culture, the community we're part of. Then we've got family culture, But even within family, there's the individual culture because I'm very different than my, siblings, right? So we all come from different cultures. The question is, and you raise a very good question, that sometimes in reaction to a culture that we were raised in, we adopt certain behavior as parents. And that's the mindfulness aspect that I'm inviting you to go to, because I don't want to be in reaction. Remember when I asked words to describe parenting, many people said responsible. Okay, what is responsible? Response able to respond instead of react, because opposite of responding is reacting. Reacting means I have no awareness. You say this and I just say it. Why? Because of the way I was raised. And if you say why, I can give you 25 evidence of why. My mother did this, my father did that. By the way, I went through this and the school I went to. So I can give you all of that. But that's all the evidence of the past. So what about me? What is my role in the whole experience that I've had in life? My job is to look at them, and I call them sifting. Because every culture, family, community, collective, individual, has many healthy things about it.
So I'm very different than many people in my culture. But I have to say, I have never seen the love that I have collectively seen in the culture I come from. So I took that I am there until I'm breathing, and then you're on your own. But I am there, and that's the tool we're going to talk about the next one. I'm there as what? What's my role? What is the role? Am I, as Julie called it, am I the helicopter parent? I just jump in, rescue, take you away? Am I there as a support, saying, you decide, I'm here? So your job as a mindful parent, as a part that you need to do for yourself, is that sifting. Go through it so that you're not in a reactive mode. You're in a responding mode. I'm saying that looked really good. That really helped me. I'm going to do it. By the way, whatever helped you doesn't mean it's going to help your children, because we are a little bit older than our children and the environment is different. And don't forget, technology has done a times 10 change. So it almost feels like I'm 10 generation behind my children, which is a beautiful thing, because that just expedited my learning, because I want to catch up. I want to know exactly what they know, which is wonderful. That's why I said I'm not sure who's the teacher of who, but I can't be on default. I can't be in reaction and say, well, we did it, or this didn't work for me, so I'm going to do the opposite, And it could be something good. Like I had a mother who was very sophisticated, but not very expressive, she's still with me. I care for her. I'm her caregiver. But I always made fun of it, is that I had to make an appointment to hug her. And then I became an over-hugger of my kids. And I thought, what am I doing? They're not enjoying this. They're not enjoying it. So I would say, can I get a hug? There were 3. And they would say, you know what I was teaching them? That this temple, you're the authority. I need to ask, to touch it, to go over it, to bring it here, to even hug it. So you can't be in reactive mode. You have the response ability as a parent. Go through them. Pick 5 today and go and sift them. This was great. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Or I'm going to modify this version and do it with my kids. This one, no. Because then you go to extremes. You're always in reaction mode. My parents did it, so I do it. My parents did it, so I won't ever do it. So you're in, 2 very unhealthy places. We say in Persian that you can fall from 2 ends of the roof. You think it's only this part. He said, go away. Somebody was at the, edge of the roof and say, go, you're going to fall. And he went so further away that he fell from the other side of the roof. So you got to make sure that you are in a balanced place, response able when you're working with your children. That's why the mindful parenting, most important part of it is my mindfulness in my own realm of existence before I go and do it for my children.
If the subject of mindful parenting is of interest to you, and if you would like to dive deeper into it, you can access the full course at mitramanesh.com/store. Hope this episode answered the question or two for you, or provoked and inspired questions in you. I'm so grateful you showed up and listened up. Until the next time, be well and stay curious.